All right. Well, thanks for being on the show.
You are very welcome.
Are
you recording this right now? Are we going?
Yeah, it's recording. I can cut whatever out, so.
Okay.
I gotta start early now because the light fell on my head that one day, so.
I saw that.
I can't miss anything.
Did I hit you in the head?
No, it's like a cheap plastic thing. It's fine.
Was that your first episode?
That was like the 4th.
Okay, I was like, if that was her first one, that would have been so good. If your very first episode, a light falls over and hits you in the head.
Yeah.
It's a little different now. Oh shit, bro! The light's trying to beat your ass.
Oh my god. No.
I mean, it's ornery, but it would have been funny.
No, it was fucking hilarious. But it just hit the headset though, so like it didn't even hurt.
Okay, that's not too bad.
It's a little different.
Yeah, it just like knocked my sunglasses down. This thing is so unsturdy.
Well, having your sunglasses get knocked off your head can I don't know. I feel like that would just kind of piss me off. It never feels good to have like your glasses. It never doesn't hurt to have your glasses like knocked off your head, you know?
Yeah, I see what you mean. No, it was hilarious. It was just out of nowhere. It was hilarious.
I wore my daddy dipshit drip for this.
What is that? What is that?
You haven't seen this?
No, I haven't. You wear that on the stream?
No, yeah, I wear it every day. My community calls me daddy dipshit, so I got online and technically it costs $200,000, but technically it costs about $80 on Etsy. I paid some like guy from, I don't know, China or some shit, made it. Took
nice.
like 8 weeks. Took like 8 weeks to get it back, and I kind of wear it every day.
Totally legit.
I don't wear any jewelry in real life except for, you know, my ring. But other than that, but it's fun to be extra on stream, you know.
Yeah, your dummy behind you fucking always cracks me up. What's his name again?
Bob, he pisses me off, dude.
It's probably taken so much abuse.
I have beaten the living fuck out of that thing. That thing is almost, I mean, I'm sure I could cut it if I wanted to, but that thing is indestructible. I have a Thor hammer somewhere. Yeah, there it is.
How do you lose a Thor hammer, first of all? Nice.
But I have literally like swung this, and this is heavy. I bought this online years ago. It's like a replica from the movie or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like legit metal. Like it's really heavy.
Holy shit.
And I have just reared back and just beat the crap out of that thing. And it doesn't even put a scratch on them.
That's crazy. Yeah, that thing looks sturdy.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited to have you on. You're like one of the OGs on Rumble, you know?
Kind of feels like it. When I came to Rumble 3 years ago, I mean, there was no gaming scene.
I was going to ask you about that.
Yeah. Well, the reason I came to Rumble to begin with is because I spent my first year live streaming on YouTube, and I got enough followers to stream like really quickly. I was growing really fast, and your viewers may already know this, but just in case anyone doesn't, how it works on YouTube is whenever you meet the right metrics to get monetized, your channel goes into a manual review. And so an actual person has to go over your account and say, okay, they're not breaking TOS, whatever, so they can be monetized. Well, I got those numbers, and as God is my witness, the day I went into a manual review, the very same day my channel got manually reviewed, my channel hit a brick wall. It just came to a screeching halt. I was averaging in the beginning like 10 to 15, 20 new followers every time I went live. I mean, I was like, holy shit, what's happening? Like I was growing fast.
Damn.
And then when I got manually reviewed, my channel just screeching halt. It wasn't like a slow decline, like I fell off. It just stopped.
Right.
And I went from averaging 10 to 15, 20 followers a day down to I'd be lucky to get one a week. Sometimes I'd be -1 in a week. I mean, it's like they completely just deleted me out of the algorithm. And then I just started to get angry. Every time I go live, I was in a bad mood because because another thing that would happen is every time I would go, and I hate to be all like negative and boring at the beginning, but
No,
but
I'll be pissed too.
yeah. So every time I would go live, 'cause before you get monetized, you can't get demonetized. You're not monetized yet. So I guess I was just in the algorithm. It was like a free for all. And that's why I was actually growing. But as soon as I got monetized, almost, I would say without exaggerating, like 90 to 95% of my live streams, because on Rumble, or I'm sorry, YouTube, you can check during a live stream if they've demonetized you. So I would just look over at YouTube Studio, and it'd have the little yellow mark on there and say not suitable for advertising. I'm like, I haven't done anything. Like I mean, you see my streams, I say, adult words and stuff like that, but I'm not Nick Fuentes. You know what I mean? Like I'm not, I'm not going off on, on everybody. I'm just gaming and talking shit. Anyways. So that went on for about 4 or 5 months. And I finally, I told my wife, I was like, listen, I got to go find somewhere else to stream, or I'm done. Like I have enough stuff to do. I don't need to stream. So then I don't even remember. Maybe it was Crowder, or I don't know how. I don't remember how I heard of Rumble. I just made an account and kind of started streaming over there, and just, I mean, I've been over there for 3 years now, but I got like 5,500, which is not like millions or anything, but for Rumble, that's pretty good because there's not that many. I don't want to be rude, but there's not that many people watching on Rumble. So to get that many followers in that, period of time, I thought was pretty good. But that's how I got to Rumble.
How long has it been now since you started on Rumble?
It just came up on 3 years.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Well, you just had the anniversary?
Yeah. I mean, I kind of forgot about it. I didn't really remember it till it was over. But you asked earlier. Well, we were talking about Rumble in the beginning. I forgot what we were talking about. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, but that's what brought me to Rumble, and I'm trying to remember what I was talking about. I'm trying to stall until I remember it.
Okay.
So what are you doing here? Like, why are you on Rumble? You could probably go stream on Twitch or Kick and do okay.
Well, I don't know. I like that it was small. So the only thing I had tried in the past was.
That's what she said.
Sorry, if you say that shit around me, I got a button right here. I have to. All right.
But are you using a Steam Deck? Is that what you're using?
No, it's a Go XLR.
Oh, okay.
All right. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're fine. I had tried, like a couple years ago, I tried YouTube a little bit, and then I also tried Twitch a little bit, but like with my living situation, it wasn't really working. And then, so I stopped, but then I started watching Rumble when Doc came over, and that's when I found out what Rumble even was. I didn't even know it was a thing before that. And I found Pudge and you and like all the other people, and then was chatting. It was just nice that it was like small, and it just seemed fun. Like on Twitch, I think Twitch is the one I tried. I definitely tried YouTube, but both of them it was like there's like no one around because people don't find you when you're small over there very much. Yeah.
Those platforms, and YouTube's, I would say, is probably even worse. To try to stand out on YouTube, I mean, you got to be doing something like pretty special. Like the Burnt Peanut right now, he's burning the whole thing to the ground right now. He is just doing it better than everyone. I think he's averaging like 70, 80, 90,000 people a night just on YouTube.
Yeah, I'll tune in and he's got like 45K in there, like chatting and everything. It's ridiculous.
Insane. Yeah, he's killing it, man. You gotta give him props. It's not easy to come along. Not obviously he's not the first person to do VTubing, but because not everyone could do what he's doing either. Like anybody could figure out the tech and be a peanut, but you got to have the personality, which kind of proves that kind of proves that that's That's what it boils down to. You know, some people try to overproduce and they think they got to have all these bells and whistles, you know, and that's the thing that's going to like take off. But listen, it really comes down to just personality and a lot of focus. You got to focus up and you got to show up every freaking day.
He's got cool graphics and stuff too, though. Like his
Yeah.
cutscenes.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, they're pretty fucking entertaining when I've tuned into it.
Yeah. I can watch him for about half an hour. Maybe it's because I'm a grandpa, but I mean, I recognize how great it is and how entertaining, especially if you're like 20 years old, 25 years old, and everyone's already got TikTok brain anyway. So like he's killing it right now. He's at the top of his game for sure.
He's got to have like high schoolers watching him and shit. It seems like he's like, I feel like it's 50,000 kids watching him besides the middle-aged dads.
Yeah. Honestly, so the reason I like watching people like that sometimes is because you know, I like to take inspiration from people that are doing it really well. And, you know, just to not really, because I don't have a green screen or anything, so I'm not really looking to do what he does in that regard, but just to see how they operate, you know, just to see how they carry themselves on the entertainment side of it. You know, like that's the kind of stuff that I'm really interested in, is how to like really be yourself and like really be able to settle in and not force it. Because I still do that sometimes too, where I feel like I'm being a little boring. So then I start like, I don't know, it feels a little forced, but sometimes you do get in a nice groove where you're actually, I don't know, you're just kind of talking shit with the chat. You know, I feel like I'm actually being funny, you know, the LMAOs in the chat and all that good stuff. And I forgot what, oh yeah, because he's so natural at it. Like his sense of humor is so natural. So I like watching people that are funny and are doing it at a high level. Like that's the kind of stuff that kind of, you know, inspires me to try to do that, but you know, like in my own way, you know.
Yeah, he definitely makes it look easy. Him
Yeah.
and like a couple other people that are like up there, they seem to like try to fill in space with just talking nonstop. I don't know how they make that work without sounding completely annoying. Not everybody does that though, so.
Yeah. I mean, some people got the gift of gab, you know, some people can just keep talking, you know. One of the biggest pieces of advice, and I've kind of stopped giving advice because I used to do it like more, and I realized it's just annoying. And who the fuck am I? I have like 5,000 followers. Like, what do you know? But one thing, you know, when I have given advice, when people have asked, you know, for my advice, I say, you know, the couple of things that I think are the most important is, number one, show up every day. Show up every day that you can. I know not literally, not everybody can show up every day, but whenever you can, show up and just be as consistent as humanly possible. And obviously, the boring thing, you know, but it's true. Be yourself. But another thing is like, one thing that I've really tried to do over the last year or two was to actually have a vision. Like, don't think, oh, you know, I just want to grow. You know, that doesn't mean anything. Like, say, okay, this is the kind of, you got to like have a vision for like little things. Like for an example, like 2 years ago, I had a conversation with myself. I was like, okay, what kind of community do you want? What kind of community, like you have to have a vision for it. Like, what do you actually want to accomplish with this? And I was thinking, okay, well, I want my community to be like, you have a group of buddies playing Xbox back in the day before all the internet. And, you know, when we had like landline parties and all that stuff, like a group of guys sitting around laughing all night and talking shit. And if I can somehow replicate any semblance of that, maybe that'll be a place that people want to hang out. I want it to be a place where people want to hang out. And what that's devolved into is basically my chat calling me gay for 6 hours a day. but it works, you know, because they know I can take it. I fuck with them. They talk shit with me. And but that wasn't an accident, you know. Like I try to foster that sort of environment, and because number one, like that speaks to me, like because I don't have to fake that, you know. I don't have to fake, you know. I'm a gamer. I've been gaming for, you know, I'm 44, so probably almost 40 years, and that's the memories I have. And if I can create any semblance of that, it's not the same because, you know, I don't even know what they look like, and you know, It's not the exact same, obviously, but if I can get anything, any kind of semblance of that, then guys want to hang out with other guys and talk shit and play video games, you know? So, but to just even small things, like have a vision for it. Where do you want to go? And then just keep focusing on that one thing and just keep focusing on it, you know, and don't get lazy with it. You know, don't distract yourself and just be like, okay, it's not working. Nothing works right away unless you're really lucky and you come out of nowhere with the most, like, you create something brand new. Nothing works right away. It's just, you just have to beat people over the head with your work ethic for a long time, and then you might have a chance.
Yeah. No, that's an
I don't know.
interesting way to start it, with having a vision. Because I've had a hard time, just like for my gaming streams, I've kind of stepped away from that just a little bit because I can't really picture like what I want it to be. But the podcast is a little different. It's doing okay.
Yeah, podcasting's fun, you know. You know, I think I can't speak for you, obviously, but I can speak for myself. One thing that killed everything that I ever wanted to accomplish. By the way, I'm not even close to where I want to accomplish, but anytime it's ever killed it for me, where I got into a really dark place with it, is when I went into it with just huge expectations. You know, like whenever you go into it and you're like, okay, I feel good about this guest, or okay, this clip I worked really hard on. I feel like this one's going to do really well. It's really hard. Human nature makes it so hard to not feel like your work is going to, like, other people are going to appreciate it. But the truth is, everybody's got so much going on, and there's so much content on the internet. There's a good chance no one gives a fuck about what you're doing, and you gotta, like, you just got to accept that, and you just got to keep working, and then get enough people that, oh, that's kind of cool, that's kind of interesting, or I kind of like her, or I kind of like him, and, you know, they stick around, and then maybe 5 years from now you've built something, like, you know, that resembles a community, you know. But it's not going to happen overnight for anybody.
Yeah, there's a lot of people trying to be streamers too.
Oh my God. One of my biggest regrets, well, I don't regret it, honestly, because it's, you know, I don't regret how my life has turned out. But I would have started. I mean, look, I didn't start till I was 40. So what the fuck? Like, that's too old. What am I doing?
Nah.
But I saw, but, you know, you mentioned Doc earlier. Wait,
Yeah.
I think you mentioned Doc.
Yeah, I did.
He's actually why I started streaming. So back before DrDisrespect got banned on Twitch, I never watched streamers. I was at 39 years old. I was not into streamers. I wasn't watching streamers. I had a full-time job, just blue collar stuff, just a family guy. I had nothing to do with the internet like that. And then, back when Warzone started to get popular, and I started playing Warzone with my brothers, again, offline, not streaming or anything. So then Warzone, content started coming across my feed on YouTube. Well, that was right at the time when Doc got banned on Twitch and came to YouTube, and then so he came across my feed, and then he started talking about his Twitch ban. And I was like, okay, well, this guy's very interesting. So I kept watching him, and then I found out we were like the same age. So I was like, man, it just looks like so much fun. So then that's why I started on YouTube, just because of, you know, watching Doc play Warzone. And then I started playing Warzone, and then after about 2 weeks into streaming, I realized I would rather watch the grass grow than play Warzone every day. And then that's what got me into, like, you know, Fallout and Skyrim and all that stuff. And that's honestly why I started growing, because I was playing Skyrim for the first time as a streamer. I played Fallout 4 for the first time as a streamer, Elden Ring, like all those games I'd never played before I streamed. Yeah, I don't know why I'm going off on that tangent, but there you go.
No, you're good. Yeah. Yeah, the Doc is pretty entertaining. Just seeing everything, all the, like, fun that he has is kind of why I started too, because
Yeah,
it can be fun. If that's kind of like my goal, just to have fun.
Yeah.
If I'm not, then it's not. You know, people don't want to. I've realized that whenever somebody's like overdoing it or stressing about it, people don't really want to watch that. They kind of seem to want to watch you having fun.
there's so much truth to that. There's been so many times. Look, I really try hard to not care about the numbers. Like when I'm streaming, I know a lot of people do this now, but when I'm streaming, like I minimize everything as far as like how many people are watching and all that. And I just do this thing where I always just pretend there's 10,000 people watching. Rather, I don't know,
Hmm.
even when my chat is slow, I just keep talking and I just keep pretending like there's 10,000 people watching. You know, because there's days where my chat, they piss me the fuck off, dude. Like nobody will talk for like 5 or 10 minutes, and I'm like, dude, my stream better be down right now, motherfuckers. It's like, what is going on? But you know, because you start to get in your own head, and that kind of lowers your mood. So because here's what it is. And the reason I started doing that, I watched this video years ago when I first started streaming. I watched this video on like how to be a streamer or whatever, and this guy had some information that I still use to this day, which is always pretend, like psych yourself up and always pretend like there's a lot of people watching, because here's what happens. And it's simple concept. It's not like that deep or anything, but it's like if someone comes to your stream, and let's say you're a small streamer, you've been streaming for a few months or a year, whatever, and it's just so hard to get traction, so you're already kind of feeling down a little bit, and someone comes to your stream and they just see you sitting there because you know you don't want to feel silly talking to yourself, so you're not talking because no one's talking to you. So they come to your stream, and you have about 5 seconds for that person to be like, okay, well, this is boring, and they just move on. And so what I try to do is the best chance you got is just to, and I don't mean like act and like overact and be somebody you're not. That just means, you know, be the best version of yourself, whether there's nobody watching or 10,000 people watching. So I just pretend like there's 10,000 people watching. And if there's anybody in there, I'm just like, you know, whatever, you just talk to them, you know, and because the best case scenario, someone comes to your stream and they're like, oh, okay, well, this person kind of cool, hang out for a second, you know, and just got to get them there for a few more seconds. You know, you never know how long you're going to need them to watch before they're like, okay, you know, I'll come back. Fine, I'll come back. You know, that was kind of fun. Yeah, that's how I approach it, man. It's a grind, you know. But whenever I get done streaming every day, like I need a freaking nap, dude. I put way too much energy into this crap.
Yeah,
Like, I'm tired when I'm done, dude.
how many days a week do you stream?
5. I'm Monday through Friday.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've noticed that you're doing it like almost every single day. So
Yeah, well, in 2026 too, I told my wife, I was like, listen, I have like maybe a year or two left of this experiment. Like I can't do this forever. You know, like I can't be 50, you know, making no money doing this.
mm,
You know, luckily, you know, I'm a landlord and we own some vending machines. So, you know, I do have, and that's stuff that like I can do on the weekend. I can do in the evening. It doesn't tie me down during the day. So that's the only reason I'm able to stream. So I'm like, you know, but like I tell people, like, I'm not doing this just because I'm it's like a hobby for me. I'm not putting 30, 40 hours a week into this shit. And that's just the streaming. Because I treat it, what I've been doing for like the last years, I treat it like an 8-hour workday. When I get done streaming, I go to my other PC and I immediately get out a couple clips. I start editing a couple of clips and I put them out. And you know, I try to do all that within an 8-hour window. And because you know, I'm doing this for real. You know, I'm really trying to do this. But like I said, I can't do it forever. You know, no one wants to see a 50-year-old making no money streaming 40 hours a week. And my wife at that point would probably sick of the experiment at that point. But no, it's fun. I like doing it though.
yeah, the vending machine business I thought was really interesting that you started that. Was that just for income or did you have an interest
Uh,
in it?
well, so we had saved up some money, and I was just like, okay. I literally just looked up one day online. I just looked up small business ideas, and a bunch of crap came up, and the vending machine came up. So I was like, within like over the course of like a couple of weeks, I had found a place that sells vending machines. And what's cool about what sold me on it is I found this place where they'd fly you out to Vegas. It sounds like a Ponzi scheme. The whole freaking thing sounds stupid, but you buy the vending machines. You had to buy 5 of them to start. Again, sounds like a scam. But so they pay for you to come out to Vegas, and there's like a 2-day training course on how to stock the machines properly, you know, how to like code them and all that stuff at the beginning, program them and all that stuff. And I said, you know what, I'm just gonna do it. You know, we had some money, and I was just like, I need another source of income, you know. So I just did it, you know. Just kind of took a risk. And I'll be honest, I'm not the biggest risk taker in the world. I usually play safe with pretty much everything, but I was like, you know what, F it. And I'm going to be honest, it's making some money, but the first year has been, you know, it's the first year of a business. You know, it's just like learning. Like the first two machines. I'm sorry, viewers. She asked me about vending machines. I can't think of a more boring thing to talk to you guys about, but here we are. Okay.
I think it's cool. Someone else is
fine.
bound to.
I'm so paranoid about people thinking falling asleep right now. But anyways, okay. Well, if you think it's cool, then
they can fast forward. It's fine.
Okay, or you can cut all this out. That's fine. But our first two machines, we didn't really know what we were doing as far as the deal. We tried to like contractually, we got a bad deal. We were like losing money every month on the first two machines, and luckily we have so we have 5 machines. We have 4 deployed. One is basically deployed. We're waiting on we got this big warehouse when it's our best spot. And they're adding another break room on the other side of the warehouse. They're going to let us put another vending machine on the other side. But we're still waiting on that to get done. But anyways, so, you know, we've learned some lessons. You know, we got a couple of bad deals in the beginning, but then we got, you know, the last machine we got put in, actually, the one I say is our best spot. It's this break room in this big warehouse, and the commission is 0, which is almost never happens. So usually, you know, whatever place you put it in, they want 5%, 10% or whatever.
Right.
And, but this place, my wife actually went up there as like the salesman or whatever to try to get it in there. And they were like, they didn't even bring up a commission. I was like, then don't bring it up. Don't bring it up.
Really?
So then,
Yeah, don't.
yeah. So it's great. So yeah, so that's the one we sell the most stuff at. And that's the one where we don't pay any commission. So it's really nice. And we're going to be getting another one there. So that's nice. But yeah, it's like any other business, you know. You got to like learn the ropes of it a little bit, and you know, it's just another job.
Yeah.
But, my goal eventually, because I'm in my 40s, by the time I'm like in my 60s, I would like to have like 20 or 30 of them around here, honestly. Because once you get that many, when it kind of scales that far, then you can start making like money where it feels like, okay, yeah, this is actually a decent amount of money, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But we want to talk about my router next.
My
new router that I bought.
what kitchen utensils have you bought recently?
Oh, by the way, I gave you a compliment on my stream today because I was telling them I was going to be on your podcast tonight, and I was like, you know what? I was like, yeah, I actually like her because she, of course, I was talking about you. I was like, she comes across as someone who has like a sense of humor. You know, I can tell by the way you type in my chat. You know, I think you actually have a good sense of humor.
Well, thanks.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard because when I'm alone in my house with my family, I have that humor, or if I'm in the chat, I have that humor. But I don't have it when I talk to other people. So like streaming is slowly but surely bringing that out.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier to be myself in the chat, which is why I'm always in everybody's chats.
The longer you do it, you just got to keep committing to being yourself. Just keep every day. Just be like, be myself more. Like be myself more. Like almost forget the cameras there, and just do whatever you do, man. You know, it's Cass. It's the only shot any of us have is to be ourselves, because people can sniff phoniness from a billion trillion light years away.
Mm-hmm.
And the only shot you got is to be yourself. You're either going to be yourself and people are going to like it, or you're going to be yourself and they're not going to like it. But either way, that's the only chance you got to make any of this work.
Yeah.
So you might as well go for it.
I mean, I feel like it's harder. At some point, it wears you out if you're just faking an entire personality. It's got to wear people out.
It does. It'll wear yourself out because you're spending. It's kind of effortless when you're able to be yourself. It's kind of effortless. But when you're working hard to put on a to keep a mask over. It's like you're holding a mask up to be somebody you're not, and of course that's going to wear you out. Of course it will, you know.
Do you think Doc gets worn out?
Oh, I know his ass is tired every day. Like he's way more extra than I am, and I'm like spent at the end of the day.
I mean, other than
Yeah,
being
I know he's
old,
tired.
but
Yeah, he's I guarantee you, I would love to see him just at the camera right after a stream. He's got to pull the wig off, take his glasses off. I know his ass because he wears like all that spandex. I know his armpits stink. I thought about all that stuff. I know he's nasty at the end of his streams. But yeah, I guarantee you he's tired.
yeah.
Because him, like his whole thing is, you know, violence, speed, and momentum. So, you know, you got to be on. And he's got like a character like that. That's a whole brand. Like you can't take a stream off and just sit there and just be. I think his real name's like Guy Beam. You can't just sit there and be Guy Beam and just be boring and play video games. Like you gotta be Doc the whole time.
Yeah, he's got to
So,
commit to it, keep high
yeah.
energy, and keep up the character and the act. I don't.
Did you see Peanut kind of taking shots at Doc? Did you see all that?
Yeah, I've seen stuff here and there. I mean, he's talking about him a lot.
Yeah.
Well,
Man, I don't know.
it makes me suspicious when people do that because, I mean, people start drama just to get more viewers to themselves. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. You know, I look, I look, I'm not a Doc fanboy or anything like that. You know, I did watch him. You know, I guess I consider myself kind of a fan, but I do like Doc, and I think some of the stuff that happened on Twitch, look, even he said it was inappropriate, but calling him a pedophile for the evidence that was actually presented, it went to court. I mean, I think it got thrown out. Like nothing was prosecuted.
Mm-hmm.
The fact, so, but to call him a pedophile, it's like how people throw around the word racism. Everything's racist. Like the word pedophile, like, none of that means anything anymore. They just call you whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? And if there's even a little hint of anything close to it, you're just that forever. And I don't know. Like I think, you know, even Doc would probably admit it. You know, he's been an idiot, but the whole like making jokes about him being a pedophile and stuff, I'm like, come on, man, that's like serious shit. You know, like I mean, that's like, you know, it's one thing to say to talk about his gaming or whatever, but you know, to make pedophile jokes is kind of I don't know. To me, it's kind of shitty. When I saw him do that, when I saw Peanut making those, he made a playground joke when he was playing on, I think it was Escape from Tarkov, and
I think
I'm
I
like,
saw that one.
yeah. And I'm just like, man, let's just come on. Like I get it. You're gonna get your clip. It's funny, and a lot of people will probably agree with you because they're also stupid. But it's just, I don't know. It just seems kind of a bad look for me. But it's whatever.
I guess he just doesn't give a shit. You know, people don't think about the fact that streamers behind the scenes are like a real fucking person.
Well, not only that, you know, it's really easy to get on a high horse and start throwing your weight around whenever you're on top of the world. You know, it's actually really important to not burn bridges and do things. Look, I'm all for getting a laugh. You know, I say kind of crazy shit all the time, but I really try. If you'll good luck finding a clip of me saying something about someone that's like personal, or something that's like something about someone's family, or something, or accusing somebody of something that's like clearly not true, like clearly too far. Because, you know, I think you should not burn bridges, and I think, you know, it's not always worth it just to get a clip out of it, you know.
Yeah.
Trust me. I know I've talked to a lot of people on Rumble, and a lot of people send me things. A lot of people ask me questions and say, what do you think about this, and DMs and stuff. And I have like a really strict rule. Like, I don't leak DMs. I don't talk about anything that anybody tells me. Bro, if I was a piece of shit, I could get so much shit started on Rumble. And it would be great for viewership, but you know, that was actually another thing that I said I was not going to do when I first got into this. I was not going to be one of those like drama streamers.
Mm,
Yeah, because once you get into that, once you get into the drama game, and that's how you get your viewership. The only way to keep that viewership is to keep getting more outrageous and to keep finding more drama.
right. Yeah, you
And
can't.
I think I'd rather actually die than that be my life.
Oh my god. No, I would not be able to do that either. That would get fucking annoying.
Yeah. So I'm taking a chance on my personality. So we'll see how that goes.
Well, I think you're doing pretty well with your
Yeah, it's going
channel.
okay. Yeah, it's doing okay. You know, I think, you know, obviously it's my responsibility to grow, not the platforms, but at some point you kind of meet max capacity no matter how good you are. So a part of my growth is Rumble's going to have to get more actual viewers to the platform. You know, like I can't pull from people that are not there, you know?
Right.
So, you know, I still believe in Rumble. You know, I'm going to be honest. This may sound like really shitty, but I really wish YouTube wasn't the platform that they are, because YouTube, like I've been saying this for 3 years. Technologically speaking, YouTube is amazing. Like you hit go live, the shit works every single time, 100% of the time. The viewers never have hiccups. It's got every bell and whistle pretty much you can think of. But ideologically, they're like the worst. Like they're absolutely terrible. And I really wish they had a sort of a commitment to like free and open speech like Rumble does, because man, I really think I really think I could have done something with this if YouTube was like half of what Rumble is, but it is what it is. Like I'm not gonna try too much about it, but
Yeah, YouTube's not the same as it was like 15 years ago at all. Like it's got to be
no.
run by totally different people, because that was, I mean, that was pretty like open post whatever back in the day.
Oh yeah, it used to be awesome. Do you remember the unbelievable videos? Give me a chicken sandwich and some waffle fries. That guy?
That sounds really familiar, but not the name.
Yeah, yeah. It's a black dude. He has like this. I forget how many parts, but there was like a series of videos he made. They were like just a couple of minutes a piece. But yeah, I think YouTube took him off. Yeah, you can't even find him on YouTube anymore. But it's like,
Oh
but to your
shit.
point, it's like OG YouTube stuff where people were actually just saying crazy shit to the camera, and it was awesome. And you know, now like you can't even find some of the original stuff on YouTube.
Yeah, I used to watch a lot of Jenna Marbles because I was into all the like makeup stuff.
Yeah,
So,
what
but
happened to her?
she like quit the internet. She was tired of like people
Hmm.
like harassing her because she got pretty. I mean, she got pretty famous from early YouTube. She got
Hmm.
pretty far up there, so she just got like I don't remember her exact wording, but she was just kind of overwhelmed by the lack of privacy that she had at that level.
Well, good
Her,
for her. You know,
yeah,
it's because I guarantee you it's not easy to, because it's hard to get a big following, and when you start getting a big following, and that, you know, I don't know what kind of money she was making, but I'm assuming it was pretty good. It's hard to, it can be hard to cut that off. You know,
yeah, yeah, no kidding. I mean, she was doing it for a long
because that's
time
all any of
though.
us really want to do. We all just want to, you know, make money doing this. So to actually make a lot of money doing it, and man, she must have really hated it. Holy
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. Well, I mean, when it comes to your mental health, if you're like, I mean, she must have gotten pretty down low if she had to
Yeah, no
quit it
joke.
entirely.
Yeah, because I feel like a lot of people, if you start making tens of thousands of dollars a month or whatever, make or more, I think a lot of people let their mental health slide pretty far to keep that money going.
I'd say so. They let a couple things slide.
Yeah. Jeez.
Uh, yeah, I think they're married now. Her husband does some sort of podcasts and videos still though.
Oh, okay.
So they got some income coming in. I think his name is Julian. Julian
So what was your
Solomita.
did anybody, did you just want to do a podcast like on your own, or did you like see somebody, like what was your inspiration for trying to get into this?
Um I've I've been driving my fiance crazy for about 8 months, telling him, "Man, I really think I should do a podcast. I really just want to talk to people and
Yeah.
talk about mental health because I've been through like years and years of therapy, so like I have stuff to share." And one day I was like, you know what? Maybe I should just start it instead of talking about it all the time. So,
That's all you can do, man. 'Cause the good thing about just starting is, like we started the business, you started a podcast, when you start, you're not going to make any money. You're not going to be that great at it. You're going to
mhm.
mess up. A year later, you're going to be like, man, I wish I would have done this at the beginning. Like no matter what you do at the beginning, you're always going to look back at the beginning and say, oh, I wish I would have did it better at the beginning. So you might as well just start somewhere and just keep doing it, man. Like, cause talking to people is, it sounds like so obvious, but like just having conversations with people is, it's pretty fun. I like doing it too. That's why I started a podcast with Grim, where we're not going to get anything accomplished. And we're not going to have any conversations.
Are you guys
he,
starting a
he,
podcast together?
yeah, this Saturday.
Oh, shoot. I didn't know
Yep,
about that. I'll have to
yep,
link it as well.
yep. Oh yeah. I mean, honestly, I wasn't even trying to plug it. I just, he, yeah, it's gonna be fun, but it's also gonna be a nightmare. I'm not sure if you've seen us work together, but
Well,
we don't get
I
along.
know each of you individually, and I
He
can
drives me
only
crazy, bro.
imagine. it's it's gonna be the exact opposite of this podcast.
Yeah,
Just
yeah. Well, you're talking about mental health. We're ruining each other's mental health like every time we do anything together.
But I'm sure the sheer entertainment factor of that is gonna help somebody else's mental health. So,
Yeah. Well, the reason I like working with Grim and me and him, we have really good chemistry. It's because we're
mm,
actually kind of becoming friends, and I think that comes through on the. We had a meeting about our podcast, like a couple hours ago,
mhm,
and on Discord actually, and it's it's awesome to kind of start to become friends with someone and then you start doing a podcast because like our on-screen dynamic is we just bicker like we've known each other for we're 20-year-old married couple basically,
yeah,
and it's hard to fake that. It's hard for that to be entertaining unless the people are friends. And yeah, I love that guy, man. It's I'm really excited to do a podcast with him, and we just started this Halo thing that we're doing. We did for the first time yesterday, where we're going to do all the Halo campaigns in order on Legendary.
nice,
Yeah.
nice. Is the podcast gonna have any certain like topic, or is it just gonna be
Well, I'm not ready. I'm not ready to talk about our first topic yet because
okay?
we're gonna only because we're gonna leave it as a surprise. Um, I mean, I could tell you, but you have to cut it out because it's actually this isn't coming out till Sunday, right?
Yeah, Sunday night it'll be out.
Okay, yeah. So, okay, then as long as it doesn't come out before the podcast, then that's fine.
Okay,
So our
I'll
first
keep your
podcast,
secrets. Don't worry.
all right, our first podcast episode, and this is all for entertainment purposes, people. But we're gonna do a tier list of we're gonna rank all of the worst races in the world, from like S tier to A tier to B tier to C tier, all the way down to like
Jesus Christ.
the worst people on earth.
Jeez.
So the first episode is basically the worst races on planet Earth. I think it's what we're actually going to title it, and that's like the initial premise. But then we have some videos we're gonna watch about race and things. I don't know, but the content's kind of whatever. We could kind of talk about anything. Just our dynamic is what's I think is gonna drive it. Just our personalities.
Yeah,
But yeah, we're gonna do that every Saturday. I'm really excited about that.
cool. What time is it at on Saturday?
Noon Eastern, 11 Central, AM. Obviously,
Okay, cool. Well, I will
yeah,
definitely watch it if I'm not gaming at the time.
yeah. It just should be fun. Have you ever watched a podcast called Bad Friends?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. With I think it's got Bobby Lee and Andrew Santino. I think, and that was kind of so. I've had my like, so I've thought about podcasting for a while, and I've tried some stuff here and there, like in the past, you know, just like nothing that was really that serious. But this is the first time I'm doing a podcast with someone who like really wants to do it as much as I do, and we're going in hard together.
Mm-hmm.
It sounded really gay. Sorry about that, everybody. Uh, but and I've had a couple of opportunities. I've had a couple people ask me over the last, I would say, year to do a podcast with them, and I just like, I don't, you know, I was like, I got too much on my plate, and all that's true. I shouldn't even be doing this podcast, to be honest. But I just, you know, I don't know. Like, it's the reason I brought up bad friends is because they bicker. That's like their thing, to like bicker and not get along. But it's so entertaining because they're actually friends. They actually love each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're
And
fucking hilarious.
yeah, they're really good. You know, and Bobby always acting like he's pissed about everything. You know, all that kind of stuff. And it just, and I was like, man, you know, me and Grimm have collabed on a few things now, and it's just that chemistry is just there every time, and people just, every time we're together, people just, they just, it's just, they love it every time.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I kind of joked one day, I was like, you know, we're gonna do our podcast, whatever. And then he's like, I'm down. I was like, dude, don't fucking say that unless you're serious, because I am dead serious right now. Anyways, long story short, like a week later we were talking about it, and little, so I'm going to give Grimm some roses here too. He has been working his butt off behind the scenes on all like the technical stuff and all the transitions and all the artwork and all that stuff. He's been working really hard on this for like a few weeks. And
Oh,
anyways, yeah.
my TV just automatically turned on. I was playing music. Hold on.
What's on? What kind of music is it?
Some nature background. Fucking Samsung TV always does that.
Oh,
It'll be on
like,
sleep mode and it'll just randomly turn on and have ambient music on. It's the most annoying.
do you listen to any like videos or sounds or anything when you're going to sleep?
No. Nope.
Really?
I'm one of those people where I get ready for
You
bed.
every night?
What?
You raw dog your sleep every night?
I get ready for bed. I turn off the light, lay down, asleep right away.
Really?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
My fiance is fucking pissed that I'm able to do that. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Now he's got insomnia, so it's,
oh wow.
you know, I rub it in a little bit. Yeah.
Dude, that's the worst. I had sleeping issues for probably close to 20 years where I was like seriously sleep deprived. So it got really bad over the last, I'd say 10 to 15 years. I was every single night. It was so rare for me to wake up and be like, wow, I don't remember waking up last night. So, and I'll fast forward. Basically what happened was I finally found out that I had a deviated septum, and my chat likes to, yeah. Do you know what that is?
Yeah, I know what it is.
Okay,
I didn't know it'd be connected to that though.
Oh yeah. So my chat likes to say it was a deviated rectum, but it's whatever. That's a little inside
Yeah,
joke.
that makes total fucking sense.
Yeah. Yeah. So I now always tell people I got my deviated rectum fixed. But anyways, so yeah, so basically my nose, it's not, you know, it's kind of slanted, but it was even worse. And basically one side of my nose, I forget which side, I think it might have been this side. It was like pinched off. There was like no air getting through. So what I would do is, and my wife, she said it scared her a lot because I would go to sleep and she would watch me just, this is going to look kind of gross, but like I would just stop breathing and I would just shock myself back awake. And I was doing that just all night long for years and years and years. It got to the point where, I mean, I had some rough days, dude. Like I was like, there was days I was so tired. I was going like weeks and weeks without any sleep. Like there was days I'd break down crying. I'm not even joking. Like I was I can't do this anymore. I can't, like, I'm so, it would be literally 10 a.m., 11 a.m., noon when people were like wide awake. I'm just like, because I had jobs where I was like driving a lot and I was just like, my eyes were blurry at like noon, blurry, yawning every 10 seconds. Like I was desperate for sleep. And, so I would break down crying. Like I was fucking, you know, I couldn't take it anymore.
How'd they figure that out?
Dude, and people would be like, have you tried this? Have you tried that? Trust me, if there is you cannot name a thing when it has to do with sleep that I have not tried. Many, like I've stressed, I've gone to the ends of the internet looking for solutions to try to get some sleep. But finally, I think two and a half years ago, I think it's August of like a couple of years ago, I had a surgery. Well, I went and saw I forget how I even got turned on to it, but I went. Someone said I should go see if I have a deviated septum. So I just went to a nose doctor, and they showed me the X-rays, and they said this is why the air is not getting to here, and that's cutting that off, and whatever. A couple weeks later, I went and had a surgery, and I actually still streamed with it. I had the stupid big thing on my face, and my face is all like bruised up and stuff. I had it on there for like 3 weeks. And then I flew back down to Dallas, and they had to pull these sticks out of your nose and the whole thing. But man, it's completely changed my life. Now, if I don't get sleep now, it's because I went to bed too late or ate right before I went to bed. Things like stupid things that'll kind of make it harder to sleep. But yeah, if the house is nice and cool, like most nights now, I sleep fine.
Yeah, maybe I'll have to have my fiance look into that, because he
It's worth
makes
a
like
shot,
a
man.
similar sound. It doesn't like wake him up, but he'll like stop breathing
Yeah,
for a
that's
period
not
of
good.
time.
Yep, you need oxygen even when you're sleeping.
Yeah.
It's worth a shot. Look, obviously everybody's different. It could be completely have nothing to do with that, but it's worth a shot. If he has insomnia, there's very few things on this earth that suck worse than not being able to sleep, because it affects every single aspect of your life. It affects your work. It affects your driving. It affects your relationships because you're crabbier. I mean, I used to be so irritable because I was just fucking tired every day. And, it gets to a certain point where you just don't really have that much control. When you get to a certain level of sleep deprivation, like you don't have control over your emotions anymore. Like I was so tired that, I mean, I would wake up, I'd wake up for the second or third time in a night. And I was like, what do you call it? Like delusional. Like I'd wake up thinking somebody was in the house, or, now everybody has a thing where they see the thing in the corner, and you don't know if that's a person or a stack of clothes or something. But I was like, I would wake up and my mind was just playing tricks on me. And I would think that, something was in there for real. And I sit there and just stare at it for minutes, and then couldn't go back to sleep for an hour. And when I did, it'd be for, until I stopped breathing again. Cassie, it was a fucking nightmare.
I bet.
And
I hate missing out on sleep. I get this thing, I cannot let myself lose sleep because I get like severely bad paranoia. I think it's from years of drug use, I'm assuming. But
okay.
I like, on top of not being able to function, I get like super bad paranoia. Sucks.
Yeah. Do you take edibles or anything like that?
No,
That'd probably send your ass off the edge if you're having paranoia issues.
well, I fall asleep so easily, so I kind of just make sure that I stay on top of things and I don't over stress myself out.
Yeah.
So I don't know what it is.
Stress is the easiest way to send your ass to the grave early.
Oh my god, yeah. I put way too much pressure on myself. About to start school again, so that's fun. It's college.
Well, you didn't tell me this podcast was about mental health. So you brought the wrong person on to talk about mental health, because I don't think I'm good for anybody's mental health.
Yep, I looked right at
When
you,
did you tell
and
me
I
that?
thought that was, you're the most mentally sane person on Rumble. I think everybody's got something to add. Nobody, even if someone thinks that they're perfect and they got it all figured out, they fucking don't. So
anybody who says they have it all figured out, stay away from that motherfucker. That person's a liar.
Yeah.
They're lying to you immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm 44, and I will say, like, I'm 10 times more mature than I was even 10 years ago. Like I'm not even the same human being. Now, a lot of that, honestly, to be fair, did have to do with me getting my sleep issue figured out. Being able to like just be myself and not feel exhausted and tired, because that does, like, you cannot be yourself when you're that person. Um, and I could feel it too. Like I hate to bring it back all the way back there, but like whenever I did have that sleep issue for years and years, the every now and then I guess my body would just give out to the point I just slept through. I did get a whole night's sleep, a full night's
Uh-huh.
rest, and man, I could always tell when I get a good night's rest. I was bouncing off the walls. You know, I'm in a great mood. I'm like, man, like it's, and then that honestly, in a weird way, made it more depressing for the other 99% of the time because I'm like, I know what it feels like every now and then to get sleep, and I was just like, I longed for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was freaking depressing. But yeah, I'm not the same person I was 10 years ago. You know, I think and there's still like all the time I'm always thinking, okay, man, you know, you got to cut that out. You know, like one thing that I'm not good at is like as weird as it sounds because I act like it on my channel is like getting attention. When I start getting like, it's easy behind a screen. You didn't go to DreamHack, did you? You weren't there, right?
No, no. I had to,
Okay.
my fucking laptop broke and we had to buy a PC instead.
Oh, okay. Well, they have one in May. Hopefully, you know, you'll be able to go down there for a day. But
Maybe.
anyways, um, you know, one thing people are always kind of surprised when they see me in person is I'm actually like really quiet and shy in person. Like I'm the one that's like I'm sitting back watching everybody else talk. And why did I bring that up? I cannot get sidetracked, dude. Like it's so hard for me to it's so hard for me to remember what I was talking about. Um,
Um,
it was about
uh,
streaming and about crap. Oh well.
uh,
Let's just sit here and let it get real awkward.
that's, I'm like that too, though. I'm very, like, it's weird because I'm not like shy on the inside at all.
Yeah.
I think growing up, I was like taught that I need to be like quiet and shy and stuff. I
Mm,
think I'm a little bit naturally shy, but I don't
yeah.
know. Feels like there's a lot that needs to come out. So,
Yeah. I'm real brave behind the camera. In person, I don't talk at all, dude. I'm very shy. You know what? One thing that kind of shaped me as far as like how silly I am and all that was I grew up on like Jim Carrey. And
mm,
Jim Carrey, when I was like a teenager, like a maybe even preteen, I started watching his movies. And what, like, I've always been a huge fan. Jim Carrey is one of those few people that I can see past his politics and still enjoy his work. Like some people, like I can't stand him anymore. Like I'll never watch anything that they're in because they're just so annoying. Like, I can't watch anything that they do. But
yeah,
Jim Carrey, he's one of those people just gets a pass for me. I don't care because I grew up on Jim Carrey, and he taught me at a very young age that you can be an adult and still be silly. And I've always like that simple fact that you can be an adult and you can still be silly. Because like, you know, my whole thing is like, bro, we're on this earth and we're living this life, and you know, we're playing this game called life, and you know, just not being who you want to be, and just shoving playfulness and keeping it inside, silliness, playfulness, and just like swallowing that and just being all serious. I gotta be like, that sounds like hell. Sounds like hell. So I've always looked up to Jim Carrey, and that's kind of shaped, you know, kind of how I am. You know, like I don't wake up thinking, oh, I want to act like Jim Carrey. He just taught me how to be like, it's okay to be yourself. You know, whoever you are, whoever that silly guy is in there, be that guy.
yeah. If you start making Jim Carrey facial expressions on stream, that would be fucking hilarious.
Bro.
So keep that in mind.
He has so much control over his facial muscles. Like I can't do it. I can't even lift both eyebrows. Like I can only do the one. Like yeah, Jim Carrey, that dude is a freaking. He's a cartoon of a human being.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, my kid's gonna be one of those people.
Good.
He's like the exact opposite of me and his dad. We're like so
He's so,
quiet people, and he's like really out there.
how old is he?
He's 7,
Well,
7-year-old boy. He just got staples taken out of the back of his head. It's already causing trouble, but
what happened?
he, oh my gosh, he was sitting by our coffee table and he was watching a YouTube video and it jump scared him and he flung his head back and it literally gashed the back of his head.
Jeez, did he hit it on the like an end table or something?
Yeah, like the sharp edge of
Oh my
it's a
gosh.
concrete coffee table. It's like a smooth concrete circle and but it's like a sharp-ish edge. And he
You had
hit it.
a surprise ER visit, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, so I had to take him to the ER and get 4 staples. They had to
What a
take
nightmare.
2 out because they were fucking it up, and they had to put another 2 in.
Jeez.
Yeah, so yeah, he's fun. he's gonna be a handful, but me and his dad both like didn't have the most ideal childhood growing up, so it's like
Mm-hmm.
we really allow him to be himself as much as possible.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he do okay in school, or is he kind of does he get in trouble a lot?
No, he doesn't get in trouble at school. He really like wants to be super helpful, and he's a really good kid. He's very like art and music oriented
Mm.
like us, but
You have a
like
gay son? I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm
Jesus
joking. I'm joking,
Christ.
everybody. I'm joking, everybody.
Good God. Well, it's
I had about a second before that video I was gonna miss the timing on that joke, so I had to just go for it, you know.
okay. It's acceptable. It's acceptable.
The only reason I asked is because some kids that are kind of rowdy at home, you know, when they go to school, the school's a little more uniform, but um, that's why they get people. That's why they get these kids on Ritalins. They go to school and they have all this energy. That shit drives me crazy. By the way, like
Yeah. No, we
I
don't.
owe
I've always been against like I mean, I've had a friend where they're like older kid that's like 14 like needed ADHD meds, but I mean their brains are still developing for so long that I don't see.
look. I'm obviously not a doctor, but I just I'm I shouldn't even die on this hill because I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. But I just have this feeling in my soul that you take these boys, it's mainly boys that have this high energy. They're
Mm,
sitting in a class. They have energy because they're fucking teenage boys, and they have hormones and all this energy, and they can't focus. They don't want to be there. It's boring. Like they built these schools to be like boring prisons, and then the boys don't want to be there. That you know, it's like it drives me crazy. I feel like if they were just exercising really hard, if they were just playing basketball more or doing something physical way more often,
yeah.
I feel like that they have energy. They need to go get the energy out. You know, one of the worst things they've done, in my limited opinion, is that out of like elementary school, they stop having recess. I'm like,
Mm,
let them go outside and play. Like even in high school, like give them an hour in the middle of the day to go outside or to the gym, whatever, you know, go play basketball, you know, and
yeah, the older
get
kids.
yeah, get them moving around, you know. Just because we get out of elementary school and all of a sudden we just set them in a class all day and say, just sit there and be quiet. Like they're 12.
Right. Yeah.
But
Yeah,
anyway,
they got energy to spare.
yeah, to me, it just reeks of one of those things like a lot of like most of the vaccines that these kids take. It's just the pharmaceutical companies just trying to make as much money as possible. That's what you know. That's what it boils down for me.
Well, and then they're run by people. I mean, a lot of them, most of them probably not parents, and they just want to like conform these kids without realizing that like they need parenting
Yeah,
and they need like let's help the mental health of the adults so that they raise their kid better and not suck all the
yeah,
money out of them and stuff like that.
yeah. Are you talking about the teachers?
No, like the parents of the kids that have problem in schools.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. And that's the real answer. I don't know. I don't know why I talk about any of this stuff. I've done no research into any of this. It's just how I feel.
No, I agree with you though. I do.
Well, because I was one of those boys, you know, when I was my kids or my parents could have easily put me on that stuff like back in the 80s because I was rowdy, you know, like but
Hmm.
I don't think they had to because we were like we grew up in the 80s and 90s and my mom if it I've heard this if I had a dollar for every time I heard what I'm about to say, I'd have $1 billion. It's nice outside, get your ass outside.
Yeah.
It's nice outside. Get out. You're not allowed to be in the house if it's even remotely nice. Um, but there's sometimes you'd rather be inside playing, Nintendo or whatever, but they just didn't allow it. You had to go outside. And we lived out in the country, so I mean, we literally would go outside and still rocks at each other. I'm not, I'm not joking. Like I remember this one time I was playing out in the yard with my brothers, and we started having rock fights. And my brother Philip, he got sent to the ER because I was throwing rocks
Mm.
at him, like fucking duh, right? So he's standing behind this tree that's probably about this big. So like it's just big enough to where like the sides of his face are showing out the sides of the tree. And I threw this rock that was kind of flat, so it kind of curved right around the tree and just got him right on the side of the eye.
Oh.
And blood gushing down his face. My dad, whooped my ass over that one. But um, I don't know. Maybe it wasn't that. Maybe we shouldn't be outside that much. But yeah, it was good times, man. It's fun to be outside and playing as a kid. You go. It's depressing when you go into neighborhoods now. Even on nice days, there's like no one outside.
Yeah.
Like everybody's inside and all the kids are under fluorescent lights on iPads, getting fatter and dumber. It's like we got to find a way to change the culture, man, to get kids back outside. Like back in the 60s and 70s when kids just ride outside on their bikes in the 80s, 70s and 80s, really kids riding on their bikes everywhere. And man, if I would have died back in the 80s, it would have taken my parents a couple of days to figure it out.
Hmm.
Because we would just leave and not come back for hours and hours. It would have taken them, at least a day to figure out something's wrong.
Yeah, we were outside a lot too. We just got my son a basketball hoop for Christmas this year.
Oh,
So
nice.
that's helped him stay outside a little bit too. Yeah, the exercise is good for them. Granted, he
Yeah.
runs around in the house nonstop. But
Is he the only child?
yeah, yeah, for right now. We still live with my dad because we've been trying to get a house. So
Okay.
we've
I
been
saw something
refraining
today.
from having more kids yet.
Well, I saw something today. Apparently, they're making some pretty big moves in the housing markets to try to get all the cost of housing down because it's unaffordable right now. Like for the average person, it's completely unaffordable to have a house.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Everything else is expensive too, which is kind of fucking with our credit, at least mine. And
Yeah.
that was the problem with the first time that we applied for a house too, is because of credit. So we're gonna
I
be
see
looking at a
you're burning out over here, bro. You good?
rental now. Yeah,
Wake the fuck
I
up.
got a. I've had a long week. I've had a long
Dude,
week.
dude, we already did an hour though. Like the hour goes by so fast on podcast, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, an hour is pretty easy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Pretty good.
I've been working and being a mom and got all sorts of shit.
I get it. Trust me. Luckily,
Uh,
we're empty nesters. Our kids are 22 and 19, so it's
mm,
just us now.
nice. Enjoy
You'll
it.
get there one day. It's nice. Well, if you're planning on having another one, you got a ways to go. So just lock it down and focus up. you got a long ways to go before you guys are empty nesters.
Oh, okay. Thanks. That definitely made it better.
We need more babies though. We need more white babies. Come on, start having babies.
More white babies. Jesus.
We do. Look, that's not a racist thing. Did you know that the white race is literally like disappearing like on the earth? Like it's not going great. Within like 100 years, there may not be no more white people. This isn't a white supremacy thing. I love everybody. I'm just saying, as a matter of fact, if we want white people to be on this planet, we got to start having more of us. I'm done. I'm too old. We're not having any more. So step it up.
Well, when I can afford to feed more children, I'll have more children.
Bro, just get on and all the welfare you can. Who cares? Come on, let's go.
Possibly. I've thought about, I don't know. I did food stamps for a little bit, but then like we both started working and I thought we should do it again, but
I grew up on that. I grew up on food stamps. I know all about it. I'm old enough to remember with my mom, because there were 6 of us, so we got a envelope full of food stamps about that thick of like all the actual, because it used to be like paper money.
Yeah.
Dude, when we got food stamp day, the first of the month or whenever we got it, it was amazing, dude. We'd go fill up the shopping cart. But my mom, it was kind of funny. So what she would do, she would give us like because back then there was a major scam. So what you could do is if you went to the store and bought something for like $5, like like $5 worth of food, but it only came up to like $4 and like 3 cents, they would have to give you like 97 actual cents back.
What?
Yeah. So what my mom would do is, my mom was a smoker. So what she would do is to afford cigarettes, she would have each one of us kids. I swear to God, she'd have each one of us kids to go into like a convenience store and buy a piece of bubble gum for like 5 or 10 cents or something like that.
Yeah.
And with the dollar, and would get like the 90 some cents back, and it would all come out. Would have like our pockets full of change, give it to my mom, and then she'd go in and buy cigarettes.
Hell yeah. That's the way to do it.
It was good times.
All right. Well, you're correct. I am tired. So I guess we'll end there. But so Saturday you have Podcast of Grimm. Where is that going to be at? Is that on your channel?
No, we have a new channel. It's called the Golden Years Podcast.
Okay, cool. Well, everybody go.
I'll send you a link. I'll send you a link here on Discord, because it's a new channel, so you can't really find it on the search yet.
Okay.
So if you want to pin it, if you want to put it in your description, whatever, I'll put a link to it here in this Discord chat, and then you can link it if you want.
Yeah, send it to me, and I can link that in your regular channel too.
Okay. Cassie, I had a good time talking to you, and an hour goes by really fast, but I had just keep doing this. Look, it's going to be slow for a long time. It just is. Everything is slow. Just find people that you want to talk to and just keep doing it. Just try really hard to focus on the conversations and don't get too caught up in the numbers.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That's my fatherly advice. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, old gracious man of Rumble.
You're very welcome.